How's it going? So wonderful to see so many of your beautiful faces in person, and thank you so much for being here. So last August, I hosted our first ever coach-focused event as the CEO and founder of Coach 360. We were stepping into something brand new, a space created for coaches by a coach. And I wasn't exactly sure how it was all going to unfold. But when I walked into the room, the energy was absolutely electric. The room was full, and I showed up ready to lead, connect, and pour into a community that I care so deeply about. But behind the scenes, what a lot of people didn't know was that I was carrying a lot that I didn't share. Like many leaders, I became really good at wearing a mask. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that. The one that says, I'm good, everything's okay, I've got this. But the truth is that sometimes you can say that and everything in your life could feel like complete chaos. And, at the time I was navigating a lot. There was unpredictable pressure of being a startup entrepreneur and not having a clue what the next 30, 60, or 90 days might look like. There was also that desire to show up fully and joyfully for my 3 kids. And then, like so many of you, this may resonate, that emotional weight of outgrowing certain relationships in your life and having to let go because you are evolving and the dynamics of that relationship didn't evolve with you. And then, of course, a new one for me is the sacrifice that you have to make for your personal and professional growth. Sometimes there's these personal sacrifices that you have to make. And, these are the kinds of human challenges that we all carry, right? But we rarely talk about them, especially when we're the ones that are leading the room. We tell ourselves, keep smiling, keep holding on, keep all of your shit together. And, that is, the human challenge there. And I mean, can anyone else relate to those feelings? So I walked into the event last August doing what I thought leaders were supposed to do, show up strong and pour myself into others. But what happened in the room last August was not one-sided. We poured into each other, and it was an amazing dynamic. Just seeing that all these people in the room had this type of commitment and discipline, it reminded me how powerful it can be when people show up fully and authentically. And I left feeling inspired in a way that I had not felt in a long time. And inspired not just by what these people were achieving, but inspired because of what I saw these people were willing to give of themselves. I mean, you guys are incredible. How much you're willing to pour into others, that discipline, that commitment, and your willingness to take on something hard because it matters. It matters to you. It matters to the clients that you serve. It's pretty incredible to watch. And in that inspiration, it actually reminded me and made me realize something important about myself. I needed to pour into myself with that same intensity. I needed a challenge that demanded my focus, my discipline, and my concentration, and ultimately my courage. And I needed something like that to take me to that next version of myself and who I wanted to become. And that's ultimately what led me into my bodybuilding journey. Not because I set out to compete, but because that room reminded me that I was worthy of investing in myself again. So fast forward 3 months from that moment, and I stepped onto a bodybuilding stage for the very first time. 3 months, not once, but twice, after a very short prep that challenged me and stretched me. And honestly, it grounded me in ways I was not expecting at all. It was something that I really needed at that point in my life when everything was just complete chaos. It brought me back to myself. And I'm not sharing this because of, some crazy outcome. I'm sharing this because of what it took to get me there. And that was ultimately the inspiration, the structure, and the people who were in the room that day. And that spark within me that was created in a room much like this one, it changed me. It changed me forever. And it reminded me why we created Career Lab and why Career Lab exists. Career Lab is not about checking a box. It's not about showing up. It's not about earning credits and leaving unchanged. And it's not about doing the way you've done things always. Today is about new ideas, new people, new opportunities, new conversations, all of it. All right. We're going to go back to first day of school here. Before I say more, I want everyone to get up. And for those of you who've heard me speak, I love to do this. Please introduce yourself to someone that you haven't met yet. Tell them who you are. Find out who they are. Most importantly, though, find out their why. Why are they here? And you know what? If you're feeling the love, you give them a big hug. A real one. Go ahead, take a couple of moments. Don't be shy. All right, let's take our seats. All right, everyone, let's take our seats and we'll move on with the day. I promise there's plenty of times for all those hugs a little bit later. All right, so I want to take you back to for a moment, to the girl I was when I first started in this industry 17 years. Determined, hardworking, passionate, but also carrying quiet assumptions about what success was supposed to look like. That might have gotten your attention. I just said sex. Whoops. I meant success. And also carrying these quiet assumptions, right? About what is success? What does that mean for you? And placing limitations on myself about what I believed I was allowed to achieve. I also questioned, and I don't know if any of you do this, I was questioning whether fitness could ever be a real career, right? And I tried hard. I was working hard to fit myself into all these roles and expectations that I realized weren't actually mine at all. And beneath that was something even more honest. I was chasing validation. At the time, I was trying to earn my worth by fitting into what I thought others wanted me to be. And the further I tried to mold myself, the further I drifted from who I was truly meant to become. And it actually took me a really long time. I mean, I think I'm still learning. I'm still on that journey, right? To understand that success is not about fitting in. Success is about building something that finally fits you. And that shift, that ownership of identity, direction, and purpose, that's exactly why we created Career Lab. Because every single person in this room is on a journey, right? I'm on a journey. You're on a journey. We're all on a journey. Some of you are just getting started. Raise your hand if you're just getting started. Is anyone here not certified? Amazing. Welcome. Welcome to the community. I'm loving this. I love that you're here. Some of you are pivoting. Who's pivoting and pursuing this career because they're passionate about it and leaving something else? Anyone else? Amazing. And then some of you might be burnt out. Al, I'm looking at you. Al, you a little burnt out? And here's the other thing. Some of you might look successful on paper, right? But inside you're feeling like something is missing. Something is missing. I'm lost. You might have that feeling. And honestly, sometimes I have that too. And I want you to know that you're not alone. I promise you that you are not alone in that. All right. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. If you have your notebooks handy, grab this because I want you to reference this a little bit later. I think this is important because, in order to move forward, we have to always look back to where we've been, right? I want you to write down one idea you have today that shifts something inside you. One idea that shifts something inside you. Okay, and then now one connection that expands your world. I promise you that there's someone in here whose life you could change or who could change your life. You could be sitting next to your next business partner. You never know. In one moment where you think to yourself, I didn't know this was possible for me, because growth does not happen alone. It happens in rooms like this with people like you who are brave enough to be open, honest, and curious. In rooms like this, they don't happen without community. It has always been my vision with Coach 360 to invest in others who pour so much of themselves into other people every single day. Creating spaces like this that open themselves up to real conversations, connections, and education, that's part of how we do that. So before we continue, I want to give a little thanks to some of the sponsors and partners who made today possible. Please help me to thank our official education provider, National Academy of Sports Medicine, NASM. We've got one of my favorite people here, DVD, who I've known for almost 17 years, representing. And you'll hear Kat Bearfield from NASM speak a little bit later. So, by the way, and if you're not certified or you're looking to up your game a little bit, you got to go talk to DVD. He's also a lot of fun. Additionally, we have Linear Bar, who's provided delicious, clean, seed oil-free ingredient bars that will help to kind of fuel your journey throughout the day. We have Flow Water. So you saw the beautiful vessels from Divi Health. Make sure to go hydrate today. The Flow Water has natural electrolytes in it. It has no chemicals, something that you want to take a look at. We all want to know what kind of water we're putting in our body. We also have the Recovery Experience. So go talk to my friend Michael Tylek over there. He'll hook you up. I think he's got massage chairs going. Are those on? Can I sit in one later? We also have Divi Health. They have been a big supporter of mental health, and they have telehealth programs. And I think they have some crazy deal going right now that's like $1 for a certain amount of people, 1 month. Okay, 1 month free. You don't even have to pay $1. All right, so go talk to them because I know how expensive looking after our mental health can be. So this is a very important component of our business, as you all know. Aletha Health, go check them out. They help with chronic pain. We'll have Christine Koth speaking on one of our panels later today. They're doing demonstrations over there because I know a lot of our clients, as well as ourselves, we're dealing with chronic pain. So make sure to go check them out. We have Hyper Ice. They're doing demos in the back. Hyper Ice has a bunch of cool prizes they're giving away too. So we're looking to give these out to people who are inspiring others in this room. So, make sure to go talk to Brianna over there at Hyperice and she'll hook you up. We also have Suitor Fit Apps. She's giving away, and we talked about this earlier, 2 apps to creators. You guys, this is incredible. So if you're looking to launch your business, you need to go talk to my friend Doran, who's leading a panel a little bit later today. And she's giving away 2 apps to create this. So we all know how costly that can be. So definitely go check her out. Wolfpack, they're actually not here in person, but guys, I got to tell you, Wolfpack has become an obsession of mine. I don't know who has a Wolfpack bag in here. All right, so these bags are insane, and it has supported my bodybuilding journey with the meal prep one. So they're doing some show specials, so go check them out later as well. Want to shout out my friends David Dean from Tona Active. David, where are you? So if you guys like the leggings that all the presenters and staff have on, these are Tona Active, and what's really special about them is they have no forever chemicals in them. So as women, we do not want to be putting forever chemicals on our bodies. This disrupts our hormones, and these feel like butter. So definitely go talk to him. He doesn't have a booth here, but I'm sure he can get you hooked up. Additionally, Jason Whitmire, who has been a huge friend and supporter of mine, is here, and he has brought in, there he is in the back, he has brought in just incredible brands into the industry and to Coach 360, including California Protein Ice with Owen Hansen. Owen, if you're in here, fight on. And they are going to be serving up some ice cream with protein a little bit later today at lunch. Additionally, I got the Panda supplements for the breakfast protein they provided. So guys, if you didn't grab protein, there's packets in the back. White Rabbit for the clean and vibey energy. We have a lot of those as well. I've already had 2. Oops. And then a huge thank you to Randy Hetrick and Dan McDonough from TRX and Outfit. Randy, I've known, I want to say close to a little over 15 years. It seems like, he's just every different initiative I've taken on, he's supported me along the way. So I just want to say a big thank you to him because I really appreciate him coming out, flying across country and driving the truck down so that he could lead and start our day with an incredible workout out back. Lastly, huge thank you to Hannah and Kate for the beautiful connection ceremony with cacao. I think I learned something. I wish I could have sat into that. I think I need it. So I might try that a little later today. Let's give them all a big round of applause, guys.